thought the first half, Georgetown was just more physical. They got up in us, and we ended up shooting difficult threes, 1 for 14. And, our offense just wasn't there, and we let a couple guys shoot that we know can shoot. Our defense wasn't what it needed to be. The second half, I thought, we played great for a while, but then they made 4 threes in a row. Malinowski, we know he can shoot, made 3, and the other kid, left-hander, made 1. They made 4 threes in a row when we got the momentum. And Jesse made a good play inside, and then he made a 3. That's not many centers can do that. But when we had to answer, we answered. I challenged Tyus at halftime. You can't play like this and us win. And he just stepped it up, monster. He had a monster second half. Elijah got some looks. He can shoot. He can make those. I think we can shoot the ball better from the 3. We did in the second half. We ended up 8 for 28. We're better than that. We can shoot the ball better than that. I just told Jalen, I said, they're leaving you open for a reason. And, at the end, he had to take that 3 and hit every part of the backboard and rim that it could. And fortunately, it stayed down. But this Georgetown team we played way better than we played last year down there. They're a much better team, much better defensively. They get after it. I thought we did a good job on the outside, on the picks with their freshman point guard, Kinjo. I thought we did a really good job on him, but McClung got too many shots, too many open looks. But it was a great game. The fans were absolutely phenomenal once we started playing well. They weren't too good when we weren't playing very good, but when we got going, they really got into the game and made a big difference in the game. It was a great win. I think Patrick's done a great job with this team. I think they've gotten better. I thought they had a good year last year. They lost 3 or 4 games at the buzzer that they could have won, including our game. But I think they're better this year. They're more physical. Govan is a really good player. I think they're going to win a lot of games this year.
What was the impact of their zone around 8?
Yeah, we didn't handle it. Frank is good against it, and he was out. We like to get that lob pass, and we didn't get it. But they had played us zone last year down there, so we were prepared. We moved it a little bit, and we got a couple of it. Jalen got the open shots, and he's not the right guy right now. He doesn't understand that yet, but Tyus made a couple big plays there. He just took it over. He had a phenomenal second half against a really good defensive team. He made some really, really tough shots, some really hard shots. I don't know what he shot in the second half, but he was 1 for 7, I think, at halftime. So 7 for 11. That's pretty good. But he was spectacular. I thought Jalen did a good job. Frank got in foul trouble. I thought Jalen did a good job. I thought Frank was looking to go a little bit more. I told him he's got this week. He's got to really run, really get back and get in the lane. He did get in the lane a couple times, and he's got to do that. He's not shooting it that well from the perimeter. He's got to get in the lane. I thought Pascal was very good in the second half. I thought he made a big difference in there with his defense. Marek can play in the center a little bit, but not against somebody like Jesse. He's just too strong for him. But he gives us some minutes there. I thought Baramas had better practices this week. He didn't get much opportunity today, but I think he's been better in practice. But we're not there. We weren't there the last couple games. We're 2 or 3 weeks behind where we'd like to be. I hope this week will help us to get ready, get better. We'll see. We got to get better. We're really a long ways. We played with desperation in the second half, and you shouldn't have to play with desperation to win. You should be able to just play hard and win.
What does it say about the mental wherewithal of your team to be able to come back from the?
Yeah, it was a great comeback. We were fortunate. When you get off to a good start in the second half, although countered one of them, but then we got a little run there and got back in the game. And then we took control, but they just did not wilt. They made, Malinowski made 3, and the left-handed kid had, I think he was 0 for 5, Blair, and he makes a big 3 over there. And that kept them back in it. But our defense was really good in the second half, even though they scored. Our defense was good in the second half. It was actually better in the second half, even though their percentages don't reflect that. Our defense was better in the second half.
Jim, is this game an argument that this series needs to continue?
Well, we can play great games with anybody, Mike. It doesn't matter who we play. If we play Georgetown or Connecticut or Villanova, they're going to all be great games. So, the league decided to go to 20 games. We got so many games we have to play. It's difficult to play these games. We're going to try to. We're going to look at it, but Connecticut wants to play. Villanova I don't know why they must think where they can beat us. They all want to play. So that league's over. We're done with that league. We're in our league. We got to be concerned about what's best for Syracuse. I love Patrick. He's been great. We'd like to play the game if we can, but you got 20, really 21 games accounted for, and 3 and two count in the tournament. So it's 23, and then we play 2 or 3 teams every year. So you got 26 games accounted for. So you just got to see what's best, and we have to look at that and make a decision about what is really best, and we'll just have to see how it all breaks out.
That part in the second half where you took control of the game, you really picked up the tempo. Is that by design, or is that just?
Well, our defense got better, so we got some opportunities to go. First half we weren't stopping them, so we couldn't go. Second half we got some turnovers, we got some long rebounds, we got it out and got it down the court, which we didn't do. We didn't get those. You got to get some defensive stops or half stops to be able to get out. And we did a great job getting out and running. In fact, we messed up a couple. We missed a dunk, and Jalen lost the ball in the lane once, and we messed a few things up. But we did get down the court. 50 points is a lot of points for us to score in a half. That's a lot.
Coach, how are the players' moods at halftime?
I hope they weren't too happy. We played terrible. They didn't do any. We didn't do any of the things offensively or defensively that we needed to do. So I hope it was not a good mood.
Jim, Marek, physically, it's tough on the 5, but he was out there to draw that charge.
Yeah, he made a great play on that. I mean, he's going to make plays. It's just, he's 173 pounds. What's the likelihood that he can play center? It's just a spot here and a spot there, yes. Against some teams, yes, but not against Jesse Gomez. I mean, he's too big and strong down there. I mean, for us to be successful in the long run, our centers are going to have to play. And the only thing that'd be worse would be to put O'Shea at center. That would be of all the moves I could possibly make in my lifetime, that would be the worst move that I could ever make. I mean, I would be better off playing Pascal at the 1 than playing O'Shea Brissett at center. But everybody's got their ideas. That's good. I'm glad. It's free world. Everybody has their.
Comeback. Did you call ISOs for Battle? He was able to get on one-on-one action to get you that run.
At the end, the last shot,
Before that, when you started coming back in.
Yeah, I mean, he's just trying to go. We got in transition where he could go. That's when he's at his best. But he was good half court too. After that, once he got going, he hit a couple and made some plays in the half court set too, which he can do. I thought their defense was really good in the first half. Our offense maybe not have been as good as it needs to be, but I thought their defense was good. We didn't just settle for threes. We really almost had to take threes. We couldn't get in there. We couldn't get into their defense. And that happens sometimes in a half of a game. In the second half, we got in there better. But
Jim, what does Jalen show you having to play those big minutes with the foul trouble in a game like this?
yeah, I mean, he made some really good plays, and like all freshmen, he's going to make some bad ones. But I thought Frank turned the corner a little bit. He got in the lane a couple times, but he commits. He didn't get back on defense, and he had to foul the guy because he couldn't get back. And then the other foul was, that you can't help that one. But I mean, he's not physically where he needs to be, as far as his overall conditioning, his mental aspect, and I think he's playing very, very slow because of it. And we can't play that way. We have to play faster. We have to get the ball up the court quicker. That helps our whole team. So, again, we need to be able to utilize Pascal. O'Shea made a really good play to him, and somebody else made a good play to him. We've got to be able to utilize him. He's capable of stepping up. I mean, he had 5 or 6 dunks against Duke last year. I mean, he's capable. We've got to get him going. And if we want to be good in the long run, we have to have him playing if we're going to be a good team. We might be able to beat some of the non-conference teams we play with him, with Marek at center, but we're not going to beat the really good teams with him at center.
Jim, on your last play, was that just a straight isolation for Tyus?
No, we had, actually, we flashed Elijah. I thought they'd press, and I was hoping they wouldn't. I wanted Elijah to go, but he saw Tyus, and that was a better alternative.
Jim, what went into your choice to play defense where Merrick got the charge rather than maybe foul with that charge?
Well, he always is going to look for that. It would have been a criticism if we hadn't gotten that charge. They didn't need to go. But we wanted to try to get a steal, not foul their best free throw shooter, and then the kid went and gave us an opportunity. Because I think there was still 7 or 8 seconds on the shot clock. He made a bad decision, but Marek got in front of him and did a good job. It was a great play.
We've seen Tyus make that big shot in big stages like that. What is it about his makeup that
He makes them. He made the tie down there against Georgetown, the tying 3. He made 4 or 5 at least last year, maybe more. Obviously, his freshman year, he made a pretty good one in Clemson. But he's made a lot of big shots, probably as much or more anybody we've ever had here in late game situations. I would say he's right there. All right, we'll see you next week.